You have only 2.6 seconds. 2.6 seconds is the average time you get to win over a new visitor. If you fail to get their attention, they leave and will likely never return. And what does a typical visitor do during those 2.6 seconds? They read your headline. That's how they decide whether to stick around and keep reading or whether to go looking for something more interesting elsewhere on the internet. Perhaps cat pictures. The competition out there is brutal. Think about that. Only 2.6 seconds. How much time and effort goes into a new blog post that you write? You probably spend hours writing your post, recording your podcast, or recording your video. Before that, you may spend days or weeks planning and thinking about the post before you even start creating it. And no matter how good your content is, no matter how compelling or valuable the information you provide, if you get the headline wrong, it's all a total waste. Visitors will come to your post, read the headline, deem it boring, and just leave. And you're left with a post that has 0 comments, few if any social shares, and no chance of reaching people and making a difference. Some of the world's largest, most successful websites have climbed their way to the top because they understand how important headlines are. Huffington Post, Upworthy, BuzzFeed, CNN, Forbes, and others are specialized in creating the best, most compelling, most click-worthy headlines possible. They take headlines very seriously because they know that a good headline can make the difference between a post that no one cares about and a post that gets thousands of clicks, social shares, and massive visitor engagement. They've perfected the art of crafting effective headlines. But wait a minute, is it really the art of crafting headlines? Do they employ special headline artisans who can come up with the perfect headline for any piece of content on the first try? No. In fact, nothing could be further from the truth. The companies that have used headlines to fuel their stellar growth are the ones that understand that there is no such thing as a headline artist or a headline expert. No one can get it right in one try. That's why for every post they publish, they create not one but several headlines, sometimes even dozens of them. They use A/B testing and sophisticated algorithms to figure out which headline is the real winner, which one gets the most clicks and the most attention, which one will turn a post into a massive success instead of a piece of wasted time abandoned in just 2.6 seconds. And because they do this consistently, they win. Every post they publish ends up with the best, most click-worthy headline. The one that beat out every other headline and got more attention, more clicks, and captivated more visitors. Again and again, they use data and analytics to make sure they gain an edge. What if you could do the same? This is why we created Thrive Headline Optimizer. Headline Optimizer is the most effective, most statistically robust WordPress plugin that allows you to apply the strategies these mega sites have ridden to the top on your very own website. Instead of having to rely on costly and complicated custom-built software and data specialists like the big guys do, we've packed the perfect headline testing technology into a simple, easy-to-use WordPress plugin. Whenever you create a new post, you can simply enter multiple headline variations and Headline Optimizer will test them against each other to find the most effective one. Not only that, the plugin will also automatically pick the winning headline for you, so you don't have to remember to check back on all your posts or, get a degree in statistics to figure out what's going on. Just set it and forget it, and Headline Optimizer will ensure that only the strongest headlines survive on your site. Even better, you can use Headline Optimizer to quickly bulk optimize old posts on your site. In a matter of minutes, you can have our algorithms chugging away and optimizing all the headlines of your most popular posts, or even all your posts, to help you get even more out of them. Advertising legend and real-life madman David Ogilvy said, "On the average, 5 times as many people read the headline as read the body copy. When you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar." The same is true today. Headlines get attention, headlines get clicks, headlines determine the success or failure of your content more than any other factor. And in his quote, Mr. Ogilvy also hints at the Pareto principle, more commonly known as the 80-20 principle, which states that 80% of the result you get will be determined by only 20% of the work you do. The most successful life hackers, entrepreneurs, and marketing legends have used this to their advantage. If you can find the 20% of effort that lead to 80% of the result and focus on it, you become massively more efficient. Using Thrive Headline Optimizer is exactly such an 80-20 growth hack that you can employ on your site. It takes very little extra time to use, but it can make a huge difference to your end results. If you want to make sure that all the time and effort you put into your content doesn't go to waste, follow the example of the most successful content sites on the web and start testing your headlines. And using Thrive Headline Optimizer is like getting your very own split testing engine and data scientist all packed into a simple plugin that ensures your content gets the attention it deserves and your visitors no longer leave in 2.6 seconds or less.